I'm gay, but I'm not happy with it. What's wrong with me? Lately, I've been dreaming that I have a wife and children, and when I wake up, I feel so sad. Because that's something I've been thinking of for a long time. But I don't like women. I'm 100% sure I'm gay. But having the idea of having a husband and kids doesn't make me feel the same way as having a wife, IDK. What's wrong with me? I've been thinking of marrying a random girl and have my dream life, but I know it's wrong and it's going to be a lie. Does anyone know what I'm supposed to do or if it's normal having that thoughts? I think I sexual assaulted somebody. I was at the nightclub and was very drunk as me and my friends was out for one of their birthdays. So I ended up going to the bathroom with a man, and as we got in the bathroom and went inside of a cubicle, I then touched his dick over his pants. He then removed my hands and said, "No, not this." So I said sorry and walked out of the toilets. I feel really bad. And I think I have committed sexual assault. I have no recollection of why we went to the bathroom in the first place, too. And I also had gotten his social medias that night, too. But I feel really guilty, and I know one of his friends, so I am scared in case word gets around and they think I am a terrible person and an offender. I also know being intoxicated is not an excuse for this behavior. I have also stopped drinking as much alcohol from no one on nights out, as I had a total of 15 drinks of vodka that night. Can somebody tell me if I have committed sexual assault and advise me on what to do now? How to move on after being betrayed. I fell deeply in love with a man who I thought was just as in love with me. But he was having dialogue with his ex about being together and also had sex with her. I found out he was never going to tell me. I got tested. I had chlamydia. He wanted to try to work through it with me. I gave him a chance because he explained it as transitioning out of their relationship in a way that he felt manipulated into. He is still prioritizing her well-being over mine. He is still catering to her, going so far as to tell her that he's not talking to me so that he doesn't hurt her feelings, while telling me that he isn't capable of giving me what I want when all I want is peace. And for him to get rid of her to the best of his ability, which he is clearly capable of doing. He's doing so much more for this fucking person who has actually abused him and his children. And of course, she hates me. They share a child, so she'll never be totally gone. But cutting her off and showing me some respect, I feel fucking crazy. This is so messy. This is so shocking. I have no idea how to get over this. I truly thought that this was my person. Like that, all of everything that I've been through previously with other men made sense because I found someone so amazing. And it was all a lie. My dad was sleeping with my ex. So picture this. It's 2016. Met the love of my life. At the time I was living with my dad, I brought her over a few times. And when her mom went to prison, she lived with us. It was me, my GF, my dad, and two younger sisters. Fast forward to 2017, dad went to prison. Me and my GF dropped out to make sure my sisters got to school and were fed. This is when we went to Job Corps because my sisters were finally being taken care of. When my dad got out of jail, we chose Job Corps because it seemed like it would be a fun experience, which it was. I genuinely enjoyed the social environment. But this was the first time I caught her cheating. And I didn't even catch her. Her friends showed me messages and recorded her talking to some guy on campus. Huge fight. We both quit and left the campus. I was going to leave her there. She insisted on staying together. Everything was cool for a year. Fast forward to 2019, COVID starts. We're back living with my dad. And I had a gaming addiction, but my father had a drinking problem. My GF at the time would always be in the kitchen drinking with him. I didn't like it very much. I was always kind of jealous. She spent a lot of time with him, but at the same time, gaming consumed my life, so I didn't blame her. Then the shower broke on our side of the trailer, so every night she's showering in the one attached to my dad's room. Again, that's my father. I wouldn't think he would step on my toes, you know? Same with the girl I've been with for going on 4 years at this point. After we got back, she got pregnant, promised to keep it, and got an abortion behind my back. Not once, but twice. And I was understand, as much as I wanted to keep it, she was not ready to be a mother. At least that was the excuse, which I believed. Well, my dad gets a GF and she has kids. My GF was always hanging out with her kids because they got along. This is where shit hit the fan. She would spend the night there on work night and I started questioning things. Found out it was her way of getting out of the relationship. This is when she started, taking lots of Xanax, cheating, whatever. I was heartbroken, but never thought about her and my dad having a physical relationship. Fast forward to about a year after the breakup, maybe 2022. My sister and dad are fighting for reasons not to mention here. Anyways, as I'm defending my dad, my sister tells me about how intimate he was with my ex, how there was no possible way they didn't have sex. And then random memories hit me when my ex mentioned soon into the relationship that my dad was secretly hitting on her. The memories of begging her to spend time with me instead of drink with him. Memories that just keep adding up. She was the love of my life, and I love my dad to death too. But I can't seem to forgive him, and I'll never be able to mention or ask about it. There is no concrete proof. And even with the abortions, like, what if those weren't my kids? What if I really was deeply heartbroken over babies that weren't even mine? It's now 2024. Women like me, I have no problems flirting or finding ladies, but there is just no happiness along with it. I feel like I just simply can't love anymore. I'll deal with my own trust issues and happiness. I'm a very strong and emotionally intelligent guy. My issue is, do I forgive him? I feel like I already do forgive him just because I don't need that pain in my heart forever. But I could never see myself having a relationship with him or visiting just because I miss him, because I generally don't. The love for my father is gone. If there is any advice I can give personally, don't let these feelings go on for years. The first step is opening up about it, which I haven't done until now. Edit. I've also thought about the fact that it could have been a normal relationship. Maybe my sister just wanted me to hate him as much as she did and planted that in my head. It just sucks because everything kind of adds up perfectly. Edit. Lots of nasty comments. Wow, because I simply existed. It's not my fault that people around me chose alcohol, drugs, and prison over family. I live hours away from that town. I'm in my own apartment with a $20,000 car and a great job. I moved past that environment, and I'm doing a lot better for myself. Yes, I did ignore red flags. Y'all would too if you were in the situation and so young you haven't experienced any of that yet.